Hi friends, it's Sarah with rufflesandrainboots.com, and today I am sharing the Christmas version of the Chonky gnome pattern. This is a huge pattern with a lot of hats, multiple mittens, multiple aprons, and my favorite part is you can make it have a belly or a booty. If you'd like to make him, boop, stick around. As always, please like this video so I know you're here crafting with me. Now, as I mentioned, you can get the pattern link below, but look, I forgot to attach the arms. That is no joke, I completely forgot. All right, so we're gonna need a hat, and I have shared that tutorial. I'll put it in the iCard and box below. We're gonna need poly pellets, poly fill, and a good bit of it, and then all of the pattern pieces cut. So whatever, look, I made arms. Oh look, some mittens too. Who needs those? This is the fleece I'm using for the nose, gonna look like that. And then as I mentioned with the hat, I'll share the apron tutorials below. You can make your own, use a pre-made, whatever you'd like. So here I'm showing, I have two fabrics here, the flannel and the fleece. The flannel was really thin, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tack it to the fleece and use it like interfacing. So I'm gonna use a 3" by 1.5" piece of Mongolian fur and this very, very rough and rugged 14 gauge wire you can get from any home improvement store so that your gnome can hold objects. All right, so this is just a trick in case you're new to sewing. If you have a fabric or a pattern that calls out for a thicker fabric like this one does, we can use fleece or minky or fur, but flannel, especially inexpensive flannel, is not thick enough. So I am tacking it using the pattern, and you'll see where I'm tacking it. I just tack it over the white parts because I'm using white thread. And so I do this for the body and the base before I sew up the base. And let me show you. Off to the right, you see all those little white strings? That's where I've tacked it down all through the entire body. And that way when I bring it over here, I can sew per the seam allowance just on the presser foot, a nice thick seam without anything moving. The weight of our gnome is actually going to hold those two fabrics together, but I think this is just a good bit of extra. So I'm going to show you how to put the base on here. We're going to start at the seam. We're going to go opposite of where we started and put a pin there as well. And then the rest of it is just me splitting the pin difference. This pattern sits flat on the bottom. There's no scrunching. You know, while I show you this, especially for the new sewers, why don't you let me know in the comments below? Just hit pause and let me know. Do you like this format? I am trying to slow things down, but still keep the videos short enough that they're not an hour long, you know? So if you would, just let me know in the comments if you like this format. And this part for the new sewers, I'm going to show you two angles. So using your presser foot as an example, you're taking this over, you're going slowly. Now why I'm showing this side is because watch what I do as I'm going around, removing my pins, sewing on the edge. Watch what I do with the body. I actually pick it up and turn it out of the way. And the reason we do that is so that doesn't bunch up under our presser foot. So you can see here, once you turn it right sides out, you have a boom, belly or booty. All right, so let's just pretend you wanted arms and you wanted to actually attach them. Here are the arms. I will show you in a different video how I put the wire in and how I actually attach the arms. I think it's a moot point here because I've already shown that. So here I wanted to go slow and show you whether you're using this method or the pressed fabric method for sewing these small items like mittens or shoes or ears or whatever. Look at what I'm doing. I'm going really slow. This is real time. I'm picking up that presser foot. I'm moving my pattern, my fabric. This is how you get those nice rounded curves. Just slow down. If you're new, I promise we all start like just doing it like this, okay? So just letting you know you can get nice rounded edges on those things. For the nose, this is, I have to say, like, this is one of my favorite parts of this guy because when you put this big chunky nose on him, his little personality just pops out. So I'm using embroidery thread and a large needle. I'm going to thread an unknotted, uncut piece of embroidery thread in from the outside and then I'm going to use a running stitch all the way around the edge of the nose, about a 1/2 inch away from the edge. And you're just going to do that all the way around. Now you can see where the end is. So when you are getting close to the end, just make sure that you come out on the same side you started. So you want both of your strings to be on the outside of the fabric. So that which is showing to the world, okay? So you can see here my 2 strings, and then when you pull it, you're just making a little pouch or pochette or whatever. And you can make it wider, larger, denser, squishier. I don't think squishier is a word. Maybe I need another cup of coffee today. All right, so you can see here I'm stuffing it. I'm not going to take out or edit this away because I want to show you the nose is large. So you want to actually put enough polyfill in there that when you squeeze it, it bounces back to its original size. And the reason we're doing that is because I'm warning you, because the body takes a lot of fill and a lot of weight. No, that's not true. I will say that I want you to see how much I'm putting in here. I promise you it's going to matter because everybody boops the nose. Everybody squishes the nose, right? So we want to make sure it's quite dense. So here you can just I'm just making sure that when I'm squeezing it, it's bouncing back. Now, as I struggle with this knot, and you'll see, I knot it 4 times, so quadruple knot, because we want to make sure that this never comes undone. I'll also be gluing it a little bit later, but I will show you 2 noses that I made just for demonstration purposes. I'm using the same exact pattern. I'm using different amounts of fill, and I'm varying the way I tie it, or the way I scrunch it up. So here I am just gonna knot this up, and then I'll show you the 2 different noses. It's really cool because you can make quite a different looking gnome, like have a little bit of a different personality. All right, so here's the one I just made, right? And then here's the one I made earlier. That's the same piece of material, and all it depends is how I'm knotting it, how tightly I'm scrunching it up, how much polyfill I'm putting in, where I'm putting the polyfill. So have fun with the noses. It's fun. So, yep, you need 3 cups of weight. These guys take a lot of weight and a lot of fill. So go put all your feelings and junk, no, I'm kidding. Put all of your fabric scraps in there and then start with your stuffing. You're going to use quite a bit of polyfill for this guy. Always rub the sides, tamp it down on the table, make sure this is dense. And the reason it needs to be dense is because it's going to actually, the column where my hands are in right now, that's going to be holding up our entire hat, nose, and mustache. So just go ahead and, hey, does anybody see those arms peeking over there? You see them? I can't believe I forgot to attach the arms. All right, so here I am going to, tie on my little apron and test fit my little hat because I need to get an idea of where I need to put my mustache. To make this mustache, you can also put a wire on the inside. I've shown that here on my channel before, but we're going to press down each edge of our fur mustache into the center, and that just makes it so it's finished look from the front, the back, the sides, everything. Now you can sew this on, but yeah, I'm gonna glue it. Do whatever you'd like. I ended up actually adding a couple stitches to make sure that thing always stayed right where it was, and then it'll be time for our nose. So I'm just going to line up the back stitching with the seam on the body and then get my position for my cute little scrunched up nose, and this I'm definitely going to sew on. So I'll show you where I glue it, but absolutely sew the top on because if there's anything that's going to fail, it's going to be the nose. So we want to make sure that those stay on there really well. So I just sewed along the top and then right through the body and then added the hot glue right on the bottom. And that hot glue is on the body, not on the mustache. I don't know why, I did a little bit more stuffing there for you. I need to make sure that that column is solid before I hot glue the chef hat on. This is the one that has the cute little stitching on the back, a little bit of detail. And you see the detail right there. I realized right here, right there, that I have no arms. But you know what? My sister loved this gnome. Don't look at my messy craft room. This is my favorite gnome out of this entire pattern. I loved it. But yeah, forgot the arms. Who needs arms, really? I mean, there they are. They exist. All right, so that's it for me today. As a reminder, be sure to get into that description box or the pinned comment below. Let me know in the comment section, will you make this? I appreciate you being here, everyone. Please like and subscribe for more crafty fun.